goes to sit down.
Cattle, you walk in and see that they're having a conversation with the Hanar behind the counter.
I eye them vigorously, and I walk up behind them, and I just go, "Oh, hey, Cracks, Winnie, nice of you to show concern, but really,
Hey, Cattle.
you don't need to check on my wife for me. I try to just play it off as casually as possible.
So
And then I address the Hanar. Hello, I would like to inquire about my wife, a Asari by the name of Entouré.
this one has already looked up Entouré. Entouré has certain charges against herself that make it so she's indisposed until she is done being processed.
I see. Thank you. I will patiently wait in the waiting room then. And my two friends here can go on their way, because I'm sure
have-
they're busy people.
A question for you, Scott.
Sure. I was actually going to say in-game something, but you can do your out-of-game question first. Go ahead.
Can I make a roll of some sort? Because Krax has been in this situation. Can I make a roll for Krax to realize that consultation is a legal thing, that she needs a lawyer?
You don't need to make a roll. Krax has been through this situation.
Krax is going to be like, oh, in that case, Krax is going to just put his hands on the counter. It's like, oh, but her lawyer's not with her. And he looks towards Winnie. Is she?
We get lawyers?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Winnie does have a low wisdom.
I mean,
I mean,
Koreans probably
true.
don't, so they wouldn't know. not
Yeah,
Citadel.
and he just
Quarians
like,
definitely have lawyers.
No.
You don't know.
Quarians get appointed lawyers.
yeah, and he looks over towards Coddle and just says, by husband, he misspoke. He meant lawyer.
This one is either annoyed with the fact that you are playing games or confused with the fact that you don't understand what's going on.
He
That
points
does not
at-
matter.
At the Hanar and just like, are you saying she does not have right to a lawyer? Are you saying that she does not have right to consult? And he just like goes this legal spiel, which he obviously saw in the commercial. Like at the
And
end
the
of
law
season,
offices
it's like,
of D. Oliveira and
Yeah.
Morgan.
he's trying
Did
not
you
to
get
say that at
injured
the
in
end.
the workplace?
So after like Krax is done saying his whole bit, the Hanar actually says, "This one just found a notation at the bottom of this of the charges here. After reading the reports while you were speaking, it seems as though there may have been another person that was on the scene during the incidents. This one is going to have to ask the three of you to surrender yourselves to arrest so that each one of you can be processed as well."
He looks at the Hanar, folds his arms. Do we get our lawyers?
This one will make sure that you have the opportunity to speak to call for a lawyer.
You just see like Krax raise his Omni tool up and just start like typing one of the numbers he saw in on one of the commercials.
So extra beep. So, did she ruin your life? Do you need to get back at her? Call the law offices of no. So you are being arrested, each one of you. In which case you're gonna be stripped down of your.
Actually, since we're already in the shit at this point, I lean over the counter to the Hanar. Say, why don't we cut to the chase? If you were to, I don't know, find a certain bundle of credits, and I just like hold out a little cred shit, and would happen to be able to help me to get my my wife out on bail, that would be very much appreciated.
You gotta let him roll.
No. I do. It's just Hanar are like the most.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's always a few bad apples.
sure,
That's true.
sure.
We're already in the shit, so you know we might as well try it.
Hanar is just like the most like honest. Like you get what you get. Okay. So okay. Yeah. you can roll. Hold on, just give me a moment. So you're gonna be rolling a what is it? A talk check? Yeah, a talk check with a very rare -5. Yeah. Because you are trying to con a C. Sorry, -3. My apologies. 5 it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. With a very rare -3. With it's gonna be a high DC. I'm just gonna be nice enough to remind you that you have a pool of luck, but oh god.
Yeah, I'm definitely using one. Don't worry about that.
Oh god.
So that's going to be 4 dice and a -1.
Oh, that's right, because you have roll 3d6 up the lowest one in talk checks. Oh,
Yes,
by
tell
talk,
these people to fuck off,
I
but
meant
then you know,
administrator
people
check.
ask anyway.
I meant administrator check is what I meant. Okay, yeah.
All right. Oh, that's
That did not roll.
You rolled a 4.
Drop lowest 2 actually. Oh, you did. Oh, you did drop lowest. So cool.
That's a pretty good roll. It's pretty good.
Oh, do you usually have a +2 and so brought it down to only a -1? Gotcha.
That's a good roll.
It is. However, you are still trying to bribe a CSEC officer.
It's a 10.
It is a
Do
10.
you
Like
still
the
have your
highest
engineer
being
ability
12.
that you can reroll once per scene? Do you want to
I
use that?
do.
I know, but
I don't know
don't
if you can get much higher.
don't hold on. I just want to check something before you
6.
go jumping into that. I just want to check something. Where the hell's my book? Just want to check something quickly. I just want to feel comfortable about something before I give my result. I want to feel like I'm being fair. So just 1 second. I grab the book. Let me go over to skill difficulties, which I believe is in the skills part of the game. It might skill lists. No, actually, it's not here, is it? It's over in the other portion. No, here we go. No, not there. Damn it. So it's going to be under the systems area, which is probably around page, like, say, 50-ish. It's combat. Let's go up. Skill check difficulty. Attend something too difficult to be expected anyone, but a skilled expert and even they might fail. 12. A true master could carry could expect to carry this off with a degree of reliability. A 14 or higher, only a true master has any chance of achieving this at all, and even they will probably fail. So that being said, I feel as though a 10 is not high enough. You are going to have to use your ability and reroll if you'd like.
See, here's the thing. Unless I get double
A crit.
6s.
But you might.
I mean, it's once per scene. What's the chances of this scene turning into a horrifying gunfight where you're trying to resist arrest?
Wait.
wait.
I mean, it's a non-combat roll anyway, so.
I mean, it's 4 dice, so, every die has a 1 and 6, so.
I mean, I really don't want to go to jail, so I'll do it. But it's not going to work. Oh!
Actually,
Oh, fuck you, Scott!
okay. It's funny because you actually rolled a natural 11. There's only one bit higher you could do, and you did. So, oh, God. Okay. So, you slide forward the credits. The Hanar looks at them and looks at you and looks at them. I have to ask you, Rick, how many credits did you slide onto the table?
10,000.
A tentacle grabs the credits. They disappear. Another one presses a few buttons on the computer, and like the little, almost like, like the where you insert your chip and you're paying a card sort of a thing. Like the screen there pops open, the pin pad thingy pops open, and shows you the amount of bail that needs to be. It's actually, I know it sounds ridiculous, it's 500,000 credit bail.
I mean, terrorism, so I kind of get it.
So it's a 500,000 credit bail, and it's one of those, like, there's probably a number just plugged in because there's not supposed to be a bail, at least as of right now. So 500,000 credit bail, and of course there's a whole bunch of like litigation stuff that has to. Do you choose to read everything, or you just scroll to the bottom and insert the credits?
I think very fast. I read it all the way. I just like read very quickly.
Do me a favor. You have to make me a check to do that. This actually be a administrator intelligence check.
This is an administrator check, if ever there was one. Reading
Yeah.
the fine print.
Yeah, I'll just do a regular one. That's probably going to be fine. Hey, fine print.
Yep. Nope, you do very well. So with your with an administrator check, you are actually able to read that more or less she's not allowed to leave the Citadel. She's not allowed to do this. She's not allowed to do that. So like a whole list of like confining rules just to make sure that she doesn't like jump and like run away, so they don't have to like chase her across the galaxy. If she were to, go against this, there would of course be a legal bounty put on her head, and so on and so forth. And kind of funny because the fact that terrorism is one of the charges, the bounty would include things like attacking on the Presidium. So funny enough. And so you're actually able to absorb all of this information quickly, insert the 500,000 credits inside there to get it all paid off from that account, and the Hanar says, if you wouldn't mind sitting over there for a moment, she'll be with you shortly.
Thank you for your understanding.
Literally about a minute later, some younger CSEC officer, clearly newer to the job, a young looking Torian, is leading out Entourage, saying, all right, right over this way. It seems as though bail has already been posted for you, which, Entourage, for your experience, you haven't even been questioned yet. Like, you didn't even go through the interrogation process yet. And bail has already been posted. So they bring you over and like, bail's already been posted for you. You're all set. So gestures over to, like, looks to the Hanar, who gestures to them and says, there's of course a lot of information that goes along with this. Your Omni tool has been returned to you. We did upload into that all of the rules and confines that go along with making sure that you stick to the things there. Understands that if you try to jump bail, that you are going to be hunted down. Well, best of luck to you, in your trials to come. And he turns and like walks off.
Yeah, Entourage just sort of works back to the rest of the party.
And the only reason why he was like, best of luck to you in trials to come, is because Entourage is actually nice, and she does not. She's like, obviously this is a misunderstanding, and da-da-da. It's not like one of those, there's a known terrorist here, let me be nice to them. It's just, no, she's like,
be very polite the entire time.
Like, I understand that the location was probably not the best, but there's somebody worse that's happening.
They shot fast.
No. So,
they did.
Sorry, you go up to your friends, who I imagine have a bit of a look in their eye that you could pick up almost immediately. What do you guys say?
Smiling.
What do you guys say to Entourage? What does she say to them?
I stand up and I hug her and I say, it's good to see you again, my dear. Let us leave this place.
Yes.
Obviously making the show again that we did before in the Presidium.
Yeah.
I imagine Entourage would pick up on that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Entourage is glad that you're still doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you're learning.
He's hugging me. Maybe next we can meld.
Yeah, like the first hug is like, oh, it's a hug. And you're like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would just walk out with him, I guess. Not even like acknowledge the others, but like we're doing a thing here.
So you make your way to get out to GTFO. So you go to the elevator, you get up, and you head straight back to your ship.
I imagine that now we would, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys head back to your ship, so you're nice and safe. When you get onto your ship, and you guys, because the new ship is very, very sexy looking. When you get onto your ship, you're kind of like making your way through it. On the bridge, already standing there and waiting for you is your handler.
I'll do so. Just similar to how I kind of like abandoned the party to go with Cattle, I just abandon Cattle to go to her.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So
Cattle knows what's going on.
So you go over there and you have your greetings or whatever, but you can tell almost immediately off of her posture that she doesn't intend to walk off and have a silent conversation with you. She intends to stay here in the open with everybody else. And so she looks to you and she's like, and what has happened?
The Cerberus Foundation that we were following. We were following leads for more intelligence before the operation. and believe we found some members of importance, and they found us, finding them, and there was dramatics.
There was an attack in a peaceful area of the Presidium. Open. They were injured. They were injured bystanders.
This is why I used only biotic abilities to try and lessen the collateral damage. Unfortunately, the Cerberus operatives were not quite as considerate towards their fellow man.
You can say when you say that, a lot of the like she seems to calm down considerably at exactly those words. It was like exactly what you needed to say, and so she nods, and then she'll actually turn over to Cattle and say, "I imagine that you've procured a decent amount of information of these men."
I have managed to get into what appeared to be the guy in charge, even though not by seniority. Although I have, as you might understand, not have had time to sift through the data yet. But I imagine that what I have managed to grab will be valuable in the days to come.
I would like a copy of everything that you've procured thus far.
I don't see any issues with that.
If you can get that taken care of for me immediately, I would appreciate that.
I will get on it.
She turns back to you, Entree, and says, "And this man, how were we able to identify him?"
He's
Cattle
easily
was in the process of walking away, but he actually turns around. He just goes like, his name is Adam Rockwell. He used to be, or he still is, an Alliance military member, highly decorated as well. Doesn't look very pretty, though.
He's extremely recognizable. Appears to be missing a portion of his face.
And I will immediately send over all the details that I basically managed to grab from like scanning his Omni tool and that sort of thing.
The name Adam Rockwell is actually a name that I know. On at first mention, he is amongst the first humans to have had positive dealings, military dealings with another race. He's seen and thought of well by members of other races. The idea that he'd be part of a xenophobic organization run by humans is strange to say the least.
There's no doubt that he was, at the very least, involved with them. His bodyguards were extremely aggressive and packing rather advanced technology.
So you were able to identify that this is the person. She looks over to Winnie and says, "Do you know if there's any chance that he is still here on the Citadel, or did he flee?"
I could try and find out if you want.
That would be terrific.
Cool. I was trying to like look at like Cattle and Andre like for like confirmation. Like, who is this person? I'm sure.
Andre
Yeah.
like nod, like looking at you weirdly, like why would you even question it?
Yeah. Like,
She'll actually turn to Krax and say, "Do you know if the people that he has working for him here on the Citadel, if they're only members of this organization? It's not going to be easy to discover, of course, because it is a covert organization, or if they are just well-known mercenaries for hire."
I think as soon as she starts talking, you just see Cracks like look up from his DS,
Mm-hmm.
and so when she keeps talking, his eyes just like start glassing over. It's like, who?
The man that they encountered.
Which man?
He had guards with him. Can you find out whether or not those guards are known mercenaries, people that can be bought, or if they are people that are devoted directly to him?
Got it. And Cracks just like, puts his DS away, turns around, and starts walking away.
Time to be serious.
And then she turns to Entree and says, "Did you procure any information worth noting at the moment?"
Not from CSEC, and this was we would have found the most information from this gentleman.
You got here quicker than I anticipated. Were you fully processed?
No.
You're going to be an outlaw. It's probably going to take them about 24 hours for them to discover where it is that you are. You have between now and then to leave the Citadel.
If that's what must be done, I have no objections with staying, even though it will delay things.
I'm friends with a Spectre. If you are able to uncover enough information, we can give all the credit to them. And they can say that all actions were done under their jurisdiction, and we can absolve you of any crimes. But in the meanwhile, you are 100% a criminal for the actions that you have taken up to and at CSEC.
Very well then. I suggest we should find our pilot and leave. Post haste.
I will handle that since your hands are going to be full for the moment. Make sure that you gather all of your information. Send it to me before you leave the Citadel. And hopefully you're done procuring the things that you needed here.
I'll turn back to them. It's like, our objectives can easily be completed elsewhere.
She'll kind of like lean in, give you the appropriate goodbye, and then she'll turn and immediately leave the thing. Walking past Cattle to collect like the files, because I imagine they're already done. It was just a quick copy and handover of a data chip. And then leaving. She doesn't really give a goodbye to Cattle. You know what I mean? Just like takes the chip and continues walking.
Cattle knows business. It's fine.
And with that, we're actually going to take we're going to take our next break. It's only going to be about 5 minutes long. And we'll come back and kind of like see where things go from here. Because now Entourage is an outlaw. And everybody else too. All right.
Cattle too, when they go through the face software.
Oh, don't worry. The other ones as well.
Cats!
I was going to say, it would have been funny if Krax and like Winnie were like the two not outlaws.
Well, Winnie could just change her faceplate and, you know.
And all Krogan look the same. So.
All right. We'll see you all in about 5 minutes. All right. Bye-bye.